Have you found yourself in a sticky situation where there's a third party involved and are wondering what to do? Hi, I'm Teja Priyadarshini, founder for Akashic Center for Healing. I help people have more ease and joy in their lives by removing any energetic blocks or limiting beliefs that do not serve their highest purpose. I use many techniques to do this, especially the quantum healing hypnosis technique, or QHHT for short, or the BQH, Beyond Quantum Healing. But the Akashic Records readings are by far the most popular of them all, because people instantly get messages and clarity and validation on the questions that they are seeking answers to. Well, if you're new to my channel, consider hitting the subscribe button along with the bell notification to not miss out on any future content. If you want to follow me on social media, on Facebook and on Instagram, my handles are @Akashic Official. Today, we're going to be doing a reading on the third party situation in our romantic lives. So if you are in a relationship with someone and either they or you are attached to another person romantically and are looking to understand more about the situation, or if there is someone else interfering with your situation, like a family member or a business situation or a friend perhaps who has their nose in your business, let's find out what's happening and how you can probably overcome this sticky situation and spend more time with your romantic partner. All right, so I'm going to put up a photo of 4 groups of cards like usual: group 1, group 2, group 3 and group 4. Just take a deep breath. That's right. And as you release, just focus on the question. Record keepers and guides, what may I know about my third party situation? And as you open your eyes, whichever group resonates with you usually has a lot of messages in there for you. Remember, these are general readings, these are not one-on-one readings, so all of the messages in the groups that you have chosen may not resonate with you, but take what resonates and leave the rest. If you're looking for a one-on-one session with me, how to contact me, how to get in touch with me, if you want to just have a chat with me, all of that information is in the description box below, along with the timestamps to the readings today. So let's dive right in. Group number 1, welcome to all of my phoenixes who are looking to get out of a third party situation or whichever situation you're currently in. I'm going to be using 5 decks to do your readings today. So we're going to pick one card from each deck to kind of get a understanding of what is happening. So with the Akashic Tarot deck, I'm going to be asking the question, but what is happening in your situation? And then I'm going to proceed with the other questions, like what you can do about it, if there's a way out, and if there's a message from the universe regarding the situation. All right, so let's start with the Akashic Tarot for group number 1. For all of them who are in the third party situation, what do they need to know about their current situation? What are the messages for group number 1 in the situation that they're in? All right. So you've got, the cards are like jumping out. You got the 4 of Forces. This is called Spring and Autumn, but I got this card in the reverse, so I'm looking at Autumn here. This situation that you're in, my dear Phoenixes, is a bit too complicated in the sense that there is an ending to this relationship. I'm not saying the one that you're currently in, but either you, if you are the one who is in the third party situation, as in if you are the one who is attached to another person, and are also in love with someone else, you may be thinking of leaving one of these people, either the relationship you're currently in or the person that you are attaching yourself to romantically. There is this sense that the time has come. You've been postponing this decision for quite some time, and now it is time for you to decide whether you want to hang in there and give this another chance, or you want to let go of this relationship you are currently in, like a committed relationship that you're currently in. It could be a marriage, it could be an engaged situation, or even like a committed relationship, but then you found yourself someone else and you seem to be more attracted or drawn to them, and you're wondering who is a better match. But your heart, it's like in two places, is what I'm sensing with this card, because you've got the spring, you've got the autumn, both in the same picture, and there is a division between it. So I sense that you're in two minds about the situation. You don't know who makes you feel like spring, like who makes you feel joyful, youthful, more energetic, more in love, and who makes you feel dull and demotivated, and in a situation where you don't really like being in. So this card is telling me that you are on a verge of making a choice between the two people who are in your life currently, and that there is a sense of nostalgia as well, because whoever you are deciding to let go of is, you have a lot of history with this person, let's put it that way, and there are a lot of memories you've had with this person. So it's kind of making you feel very weird about letting one or the other go, so it is just this sense of, I wouldn't say regret, but it's almost like you don't want to let go of the memories with that person, and you feel like if you do let go of them, then it might just make everything worse. But if you are not the one in the third party situation, and if the person you're interested in is probably engaged or is in a committed relationship or a marriage even, then they are planning to let go of either their spouse or partner, whoever it is that they are currently with, and they are considering it. But since, like I said, there's a lot of history here between the two people, and it's almost a sense of, do I do this, do I not do this? They're conflicted, they're in two minds, because there are a lot of repercussions. For some of you, they may have family, like children even, from this relationship. So it's becoming a little complicated for them to kind of release them from their life. And let's see what advice the spirit has for you with the other cards. But for now, this is what I'm sensing, that you're currently in this kind of a sticky, complicated situation where you're unsure whom to let go of, and they are, they do want to let go, but they are not sure how it's going to pan out for them. So they're kind of conflicted, they're in two minds. I'm going to be using the Sacred Indian Tarot, which are all the major arcana cards, to kind of get a better picture or a better idea of what's happening in your relationship. For group number one, please. Just one card for group number one. Okay. So you've got the Empress in the reverse. So the Empress is a very abundant card. It talks about growth, it talks about fertility, it talks about growing from, the situation that you're in. And in the reverse position, the feeling that I'm getting is there's a lot of stagnation in this relationship, and it's been like this for a while. Nothing seems to be moving forward, nothing seems to be like, you feel like you're almost losing control of the situation. You feel like you're not as important as you once felt when you first started off in this relationship. And the feeling that I'm getting is either one of you is feeling stuck, either because you are not ready to let go of whoever you're attached to, or they are not ready to let go of whoever they are attached to, or I don't see another person involved. Like, I do not see an outsider, like a parent or a sibling or a friend involved in this relationship. I'm seeing counterparts. So it could be a romantic partner. For group number one, it's purely that is what I'm seeing. And for some of you, it could be very difficult. Like I said, even with the spring and autumn card that we got for the Akashic Tarot, you may be involved in a family situation where there are kids involved, because when the Empress comes up, it's talking about fertility, it's talking about nurturing, it's talking about family, So either you want to have children with them, or you find yourself in a situation where you're probably pregnant with your romantic partner's child. and or you have kind of impregnated them, and the situation has kind of gotten really complicated and you don't know what to do about it. So this could also be a situation for a few of you. I'm not sensing this situation for everyone in general, but for some of you it could be that you're in a difficult position right now because you don't want to have this child, and but you don't know what to do about it. You don't know whether to let go of the child or to keep the child. But this is only for like a select few of you. It's not going to resonate with every one of you. But for most of you, there is a family situation involved where there is a wife or a husband involved, and there could be kids as well. So it's kind of complicating the relationship, you know what I mean? So this is what I'm picking up for group number 1. But we're gonna do the star seed oracle cards to see what else comes up. These are such beautiful cards. I don't know if you can see them. Look at that. That's so beautiful, isn't it? I'm loving the new decks, by the way. But let's ask the starseed oracle cards if there are any messages for you, any advice on how you may rectify the situation or how you could get out of it. All right, so you've got baby steps, action. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. This is the card that you've got. If you see, there are 3 women there taking steps forward through the gateway, and what I'm sensing from this is literally baby steps, right? That's what the card says. So you need to move slow in this situation. It is, you must be wondering, how can it get even slower than this? It's already stagnant. It's not moving anywhere. But if you are making a choice to get out and you have decided to get out, leaving either one of the people here in this 3 a triangle, love triangle, then you need to take baby steps, because you can't just kind of eject yourself out of this. It might ruin the relationships completely, so you might have to tread slowly and softly, and you will find your way out of this. You will find that on the other side of it there is this light, and there is this lightness, and there's this happiness that is waiting for you, but you might have to tread very, very slowly and carefully when it comes to this situation. It's a beautiful card. There's a lot of stars on the other side, so I'm seeing that this could be the only way out of the situation where you find a sense of peace and happiness, because I think the situation has caused you a lot of sleepless nights, and you just are waiting to go to the other side of it where the solution is there. And in order to do that, you might have to move slowly but steadily forward. You need to make a choice. You need to make a decision. You need to decide who you want to be with in this situation, because it's clearly a triangle love story that is happening. I'm not seeing an outsider involved in it, like a family member or a business partner or something else like work perhaps. But in this situation, you need to choose who you want to be with. You need to ask yourself these questions. These are very important questions to ask yourself, that if I have to get up in the morning and the first person I want to see, who is that going to be? Or when I wake up in the morning, and if I have this beautiful dream, who do I want to share that with? All right. And recently I've come across something, even more beautiful. You need to just close your eyes and imagine these 2 people, right? Whoever you are drawn to, in front of you, offering you a rose, right? And when you look at these people offering you a rose, you need to see the rose, and whose rose is beautifully blooming and nourished and looks healthy, and whose rose is wilted and it's kind of decaying, right? Apparently this tells you that person's energies are much more suited towards you than the other person, so you can try it out. But this is something that I just come across. If this helps, please give it a try. All right, so let's see. This is the Soul Journeys lesson cards, and we're going to ask for advice, what you may do in this situation. Apart from taking baby steps, is there anything else group number 1 may do to kind of get themselves out of the situation into a better phase in their life? Okay, Freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. This is the card that you got from the Soul's Journey Lessons card. It's beautiful, isn't it? It tells you everything. If you want to feel free, if you want to feel like you are in control and you have the freedom to do whatever it is that you want to do in your life, then you need to create your own happiness. You need to choose who is this one person that is going to make you truly, truly happy without feeling guilty about anything in your life, and I'm also getting the sense that you may have to break the situation down, in the sense that you need to sit with the two of them and explain to them that you're feeling very stifled, you're not feeling free, you're not feeling like yourself anymore, because this situation has been dragging on for a while now, and it's just not doing you any good. So if you want your freedom, then you need to understand that you have the power, you possess the power to create the reality that you want to create, right? So if you put your mind to it and sit and clearly chalk out all of the attributes of these two people, and then decide, okay, is this person better for me or that person better for me, and then just go with whoever makes you feel more free, who allows you to feel more expansive, then I think that person is the one you need to be with. This is coming from the Soul's Journey lesson cards. Let's pick another card. The final card is just flipped for you. Group number 1, it says expect miracles. I think you are looking at your guides. This is from the Angel Guide Oracle deck, and your angels and guides want you to know that you need to expect miracles. When you expect miracles, good things come your way. Even if they're like little tiny little miracles, they kind of lead to a bigger one, and I'm seeing that you're going to be happy in the future. I'm seeing that you're going to really breathe easy after you make this decision, because you need to choose between these two people, and understand that even though it's complicated, you will feel free, you will have your freedom, you are going to be successful, and also your guides and angels are with you in this, and not to feel guilty. That is another message that I'm getting very strongly. The heart wants what it wants is the statement that they're giving me right now, and they're saying that sometimes you can't just predict who you're going to fall in love with, right? And it's okay to feel like that. That doesn't mean that whoever you're with currently you love them any less, or whoever they're with currently they love them any less, but it's just that sometimes it's better to be with certain people than with others, if you get my drift. It is just this energy about them that makes you feel like you want to grow. They inspire you, they make you feel like you're free and you're able to be your true authentic self, and that is the kind of person you truly need to be with. And expect miracles is a card which says it all, I guess. You need to just be open to this and allow the miracles to happen, allow these messages to come through from your guides, guiding you in baby steps to your freedom, to that place where you are going to just feel expansive and full of love and joy, because that is what is in your future. This situation is temporary, it's not going to last too long. Remember, if you are the one making the choice, then you need to decide who it is that you want to be with. Take your time, there's no hurry in making the decision, because right now everything seems to be very stuck. The energy is kind of stagnant, but it's going to start moving very fast. It's going to start clearing up. So you need to make that choice, and if it is the other person who needs to make the decision of whom to choose, whether it's you or someone else, then they need to kind of sit down with a clear mind and decide. And whatever the decision is, even if they choose to be with their counterpart and not with you, you need to understand that this is good. This is going to still give you that expansive feeling of freedom, of joy, of kind of finally going over the threshold and being able to be yourself once again. Because I'm seeing that in this situation that you're caught up in right now, you're not being your authentic self at all, and this is worrying you, it's worrying the people around you. And if the person you're with, who needs to make the choice, decides that they want to break up with you, God forbid, but if they do choose that, then please understand it is going to take you on the path to your freedom and to your well-being. It's not something that's going to take you down a downward spiral where you're going to get depressed. I mean, you will be sad. I mean, it's obvious. If you have invested so much of affection, you are bound to feel a bit disappointed, a bit depressed, sad, even upset. But know that you are going to come out of this stronger, and you are going to feel that sense of freedom and joy and elevation, So I hope these messages resonated with you. If they did, do leave me a comment below. I love hearing from you guys. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do so by hitting the subscribe button along with the bell notification to not miss out on any future content. I'll see you guys in another video. Until then, have a beautiful, wonderful, magical week ahead. Welcome to all of my phoenixes who've chosen group number 2. Whoever is in this sticky situation, let's see what the cards have for you. I am using 5 decks today to pick 1 card each from each deck to give you the message that you are so looking for. And I'm going to start off with the Akashic Tarot cards, which will tell me the situation you're in currently, and we will take it forward from there. All right, so as I shuffled, there was one card that just popped out, and this is the card number 15. It's called the Muse. All right, so what I'm sensing for you, group number 2, is that the relationship you're currently in is a very beautiful relationship. There's a lot of romance, there's a lot of creativity, there's a lot of acceptance, music, a lot of good times. There's the sense of this being a very good relationship. And the third party situation that is coming up in this card, the sense I'm getting from it is that there is some outsider involved. It is almost, it feels like a parent's energy, someone who's against this entire situation that you're in, this relationship, either because they don't approve of you, or your parents don't approve of your partner or the person you're interested in. But I'm seeing like 2 opposing forces here. Either it could be a situation where both of your parents are not approving, or one of your parents are not approving, but I'm seeing that they're poles apart. They're like different ideologies, different cultures, perhaps different religions. Something is kind of blocking this union from happening. But the 2 of you, though, you guys are set. Like there is a lot of love, there's a lot of romance, there's a lot of childlike energy, there's a playfulness, there's creativity, and there's a sense of music. I don't know if one of you is a musician. If you are, do comment below, because this is very interesting, because I'm seeing a lot of music in your life. Either you are singers or musicians, or you have a hobby of playing an instrument, something of that sort. So if you are the person who picked this card, do leave me a comment below, because this is coming up very strongly in this reading. But apart from that, I don't sense any sort of dispute between the 2 of you. The third party situation in this is an interfering outsider, someone who is kind of butting their nose in your business, so to speak. And they are not unhappy about this situation, but it almost feels like they're coming out of a place of stubbornness, jealousy perhaps, not trying to understand that this is young love and that there's a lot of potential to grow. When I say young love, I don't mean that this is love between 2 youngsters like teenagers. It is young love as in like it's love that is starting off, but already people are disapproving of it. For some of you, I'm picking up that it could be something that you've gotten yourself into after probably a divorce or a separation, or so people are like raising an eyebrow and saying, they just got out of this marriage, or they've just got out of this relationship, and they're already putting themselves out there and into another relationship. So that is the sense I'm getting for a few of you. But for most of you, I feel like there could be a family member, especially a parent, interfering with this relationship, and they're like, hold up, we both are from different cultures, different religious backgrounds, whatever it is, and it's not going to work out. That is the perception that they're coming with, and it's almost feeling like they're jealous that they didn't have the chance. You know what I mean? So For most of you, though, this is not a disagreement between the two of you, the two people who are interested in each other. It is feeling like someone from the outside interfering. And when I look at this card, I'm sensing that one of you is a musician. It's coming up very strongly. And I'm also seeing that apart from it being a family member, it could also be that someone is kind of probably jealous of this relationship going forward. You know how they say there's an evil eye? That is what I'm sensing. So if that is what is happening between the two of you, that there is somebody who's like kind of coming up and saying that, hey, you know what, I don't approve of this, because how can you do this? Like, there's no reason, this person, whoever it is purposefully trying to force their way into or in between the two of you. There is no rhyme or reason for their disapproval, to be honest. I mean, so what if you're from different religious backgrounds or from different cultures? You two have got a rhythm going on. You two have, it's almost like your relationship is so musical, because all the notes are in place. It's like a song. It's beautiful. But whoever is interfering does not see that as being beautiful. Let's take another card from the Sacred Indian Tarot deck to see what else we can know about this. And my hair is just, today is one of those days, I guess, when my hair just doesn't want to stay in place. Well, for group number 2, please. You've got the High Priestess. The High Priestess from the Sacred Indian Tarot deck. The moment I see this card, I feel like someone has an evil eye on you. I'm usually not superstitious. I don't really believe in people cursing someone else or trying to make some sort of negative thing happen in your life. But I do believe in energy, though, very, very strongly. But someone in your life is not looking at this relationship with kindness or with love. They're looking at it with jealousy, with probably anger, with a little bit of hatred maybe. But the cards are telling me that you need to use your intuition to guide yourselves out of this. It is very important to see what is happening right in front of you, but to not pay heed to it, because what happens usually when you're in a beautiful romantic relationship and there's someone like this, an outsider interfering. After a point, you start getting influenced by what they're saying, and then you may have differences, you may get into arguments, and it might lead to something very nasty. So pay attention to whatever is happening, and kind of not be blind about what's happening, because there are people who are interfering, family mostly, but they want you to use your intuition to kind of guide yourselves out of the situation instead of just like giving into it and getting into arguments. Because it's usually what happens, when everything is going so well, you feel like, how could this be happening? This is too good to be happening, and this is too good to be true. All of those statements, and those statements are not really nice statements to say. Never ever say this is too good to be happening to me, or this is too good to be true, because what the universe is hearing is that, oh, so she doesn't believe in it, or he doesn't believe in it, so let's take it away from them. So just be focused on this love, be present in your love, and whatever or whoever it is that is interfering with your relationship, do not pay them too much attention, and be aware of what is happening. Be aware that there is someone out there who is trying to interfere, who is trying to kind of bring about a difference between the two of you, and is pulling your relationship apart. Yeah, so the Starseed Oracle cards are the new deck that I got, one of the new decks that I've got. I'm gonna ask now the universe to please guide group number 2 what they must do in a situation like this, what they can do in order to stay in this beautiful relationship without the interference of anybody else. All right. Wow, so you've got the card perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. So this is what the card says. I don't know if you can read what's written on it. So perspective is very important, right? You can see the earth here as a tiny little dot. So what they're trying to tell you is not to go into the details of who is interfering, why they're interfering, what is happening, is this even true, is this not true. Don't get into the nitty-gritties of it. Zoom out of the situation and just focus on your love, your relationship. They're saying none of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. So find the common ground that brought you two together in the first place and just focus on that. Do not focus on this other person trying to interfere with you and kind of bring about a rift between the two of you, because that is not what the your guides want, and the Akashic record keepers and guides want you to gain a different perspective on things that are happening in your life right now. They don't want you to have narrow vision. They are showing me binoculars, and they're saying, like, don't look at the situation with a binoculars. You need to kind of take that binoculars and throw it out and just be focused on this relationship with the positives in it and not the negatives of it. And they want you to kind of remove yourself from the situation wherever need be, where this other person is coming and saying these nasty things or making you feel like you need to have a fight with the person you love. So the two of you are good, all right? Just focus on that, strengthen that bond, find that common ground, and I'm sure you will pull through this relationship. All right, so now let's ask from the soul's journey lesson cards. Trust. I accept my inner voice will always guide me correctly. This is the card that you've got. Can you see that card? All right, it says, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. What did I tell you? Just follow that inner guidance, that inner intuition. Even with the High Priestess card, that is what was coming up, right? Intuition is very, very important. Be very sure of what your common goals are. What is it that you want out of this relationship? And just trust in that. Trust in the relationship. Trust in the love between the two of you. And I'm sure you will find your way out of this sticky situation. Whichever partners, parents or family is interfering, I want you to kind of remove yourselves from that situation and look at it with a different perspective. I mean, really guys, parents will always interfere if they don't like something, because either they're too overprotective or they don't understand it. So maybe trying to make them understand will probably give you more what should I say, more of a chance to make this work. I've just shuffled the Angel Guide Oracle cards, and this card, Harmony and Resolution, popped out for you. So what am I saying? I was saying it and then it just popped out. That when you look at this with peaceful hearts and with calm eyes, you will find a resolution and harmony, and it's just going to, you know, uplift you guys. It's going to probably create this beautiful world that the two of you want to create in the first place. I'm seeing a beautiful, lot of beautiful colors in here. There's whites, there's these aquamarine blues, there's purple, there's yellows, there's oranges, and these are all colors of victory. They are all colors of sunny, bright futures. So I want you to just focus on what it is that you two want to build together, instead of allowing this third party to kind of interfere, right? So if these messages did resonate with you, do leave me a comment below, especially if one of you is a musician. I really want to know. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, do hit the subscribe button along with the bell notification to not miss out on any of my future content. I'll see you guys again in another video. Until then, have a beautiful, wonderful, magical week ahead. Welcome to all of my phoenixes who've chosen group number 3. Let's see what your cards are. I'm going to be using 5 decks today. The first one is the Akashic Tarot, obviously, and then I'm going to be using the Sacred Indian Tarot deck, the Star Seeds Oracle deck, the Angel Guides Oracle deck, and the Soul's Journey lesson cards. But first, let's find out what's happening with your situation. For group number 3, please, what is happening in the third party situation? What must we know? All right, so the Ark of the Covenant. This is card number 11 from the Akashic Tarot. So it almost feels to me like, should I even say it? Well, I have to, right? It feels to me like this relationship that you're having could be a secret one. Not everybody knows about it just yet, and people are beginning to suspect. And because of that, there's a lot of interference. And I'm seeing a lot of work colleagues in this group. For group number 3, this relationship that you two have, it could be at work. You might have met at work and you might have started off this clandestine affair at work where nobody else knows what's happening, but people are beginning to suspect now and they're beginning to interfere in this relationship. I'm seeing that for group number 3. What else is happening with group number 3? I'm also seeing the interference of probably an uncle or someone from the extended family interfering in this relationship, which is causing a lot of issues, because I feel like this is a more complicated situation than group number 1. For group number 3, it feels like you yourselves are attached to someone else. Either you who's watching this or the person you're asking about is attached to someone else, and there is this uncle who knows about this affair that the two of you are having and is disapproving of it. So that is the third party that I'm seeing. But for the majority of you, what I sense is that this is a work affair, like you have met at work, and this has to do with a very naughty little fling at work. And I think people are beginning to notice this about you guys and are not really happy about it. Again, the same thing, one of you is either married or in a committed relationship already, and they are judging the headlights out of you. So that is what I'm seeing for group number 3. I'm also sensing that perhaps there is something deeper going on. Like, there is this sense of you guys holding on to a deeper secret than what they know about. Alright, so for some of you, this is like, it may not resonate with every one of you, but the messages that I'm receiving is that there is a couple out there, or maybe 2 couples out there, who have either tied the knot in secret without letting someone else know. While being in a committed relationship, it's almost like you have made a double commitment of sorts. You already have like a spouse or a partner, but you've also kind of committed to this person. So it is getting very complicated here. Because someone has found out about this and they're not really happy about it, and this someone could be either a work colleague or a man in your life, like an uncle. I'm not seeing a parent here, but probably a relative of someone of some sort, or even a family friend perhaps, that has found out that you are up to something, and they're not really happy about it, and this has kind of complicated your situation. For the others of you, I feel that you may have just come to know that the person you're involved with is also in another committed relationship, and this has complicated everything for you. This is a very interesting group. There's a lot of complications in this group, but it's very secretive. It's a very scorpionic energy that I'm picking up on. Very close to the chest kind of a secret. Let's find out more through the Indian sacred tarot cards. I just spaced out there for a second because this is too complicated. Like, there are like multiple layers to this particular third party situation. The card keepers and guides, what may group number 3 know about their current situation? Alright, so you've got the Justice card in the reverse. So you basically received it upside down, and what I'm getting from this is you feel either like injustice was done to you, or you feel like you may have been um, unjustful, is that a word even, to the other person. You may feel like the balance has tipped, that till now everything was like harmonious, everything was like hunky-dory in your relationship, but suddenly now, because of the secret coming out, it has kind of tipped the scales of balance, and you feel you may not get another chance to rectify this. You may feel stuck. You may feel like, what do I do now? Do I get out? Do I save my skin? Do I there is a sense of feeling guilty, feeling guilty of being in that situation. If you are the one in a committed relationship and your partner has found out, you are in a panic situation. You don't know what to do, and you don't want to lose out on this balance that you have created for so long. But then it is time for you to kind of let go of the secret and unburden yourself, because it's been killing you. It's been weighing on you for a very long time now, and the universe is giving you a chance to rectify this situation. With the justice coming up, it is like, it's almost like this situation requires justice, and you are not giving it to the situation or to the person you're involved with. If you are the one who's found out about your partner's committed relationship, then you are feeling like injustice has been dealt, and you're in a super angry mode right now, that you are unsure of what to do next, and it's creating a lot of heavy feelings, anger, especially regret, guilt, and it's kind of tearing you apart, and it's not a happy place to be in. But let's find out from the new decks that I've got, the Starseed Oracle deck. It's a beautiful deck. Look at this. Oops. Okay, it's not coming into focus. But let's ask the universe if there is a way you can get yourself out of this situation, because what I'm feeling is that you are feeling responsible somehow for making this happen. And for those of you who have been having an affair at work, I'm sensing that it might affect your work, and you might need to kind of disconnect from the situation if you want to save your work. But if the relationship means more to you, then you need to weigh out which one is worth saving. Is it your work, or is it the relationship? That is the kind of crossroads you come at. But for the others of you, whoever this uncle is or this relative is, they are being extremely nosy, and they want to out you. They want to tell people about what's happening, and it is not going well with you at all. Obviously, right? Who was going to want to be in a situation like that? But is there anything group number 3 can do, universe? Wait, it's not yet time. Things are being woven. Look at that. This is the card that you've received. It's almost like you want out, but you don't really know which direction to go in, and they're asking you to be patient, and they're asking you to wait. And this message is especially resonating with for those of you who are the third party, as in, like, if you have a partner who's already in a committed relationship and you just found out, they want you to wait this out a little longer to see what your partner is going to choose, whether they're going to choose you or their other committed partner. So, and at work as well, interesting. So, because I'm getting a sense that even if this is a relationship at work, it may not play out the way you're imagining it will play out. They're saying to wait it out and to see how this is going to play out, because there is something here that is in the works. Either the person you are kind of committing to is choosing you, and okay, there's a fly suddenly. I'm sorry, I'm very distracted by this fly. But for some of you, it's not time yet to exit this relationship. Don't be in a hurry to leave this person, is what they're saying. But let's find out more, because this is interesting. You know what? This has not happened before, but I'm going to pick another card from the Starseeds Oracle to see if we can get more information on why they're asking you to wait. Alright, so they're saying new earth, it's happening, keep holding the vision. Alright, so I think this person you're with, this partner you're with, is someone you've always wanted to be with, and they are making you extremely happy. They want to also be in this relationship with you, and they want to make this work one way or the other. So they are asking you to wait a little longer because they are hoping that things will fall in place. So I think for those of you who are in a hurry to get out, because in this situation, who wouldn't want to get out? Because if there was a secret that suddenly came out after being in a committed relationship, trust me, I would have run out of the door. I would have been like, whoof, just ran out of the door. Yeah. So if this person is willing to make this work, I think you need to wait a little longer to give this person a chance to figure things out, and then decide whether you want to still be in this relationship or you want to end it. But let's ask the soul journey lesson cards what your lesson from all of this is, and what advice, if any, for group number 3, please, so that they can. You've got service. I feel good when I can help others. So this is a very important lesson that you are getting from all of this. It's when they say service, they're not saying literal service to others in this particular situation, at least. So when you get this card service, it is talking about, probably for now, temporarily, to focus on other people apart from yourself, because this is a situation which you need to give it some time to resolve itself. And in the meanwhile, you might need to kind of take yourself away from that situation and focus on the people around you. And if they need any help, if they want your help or your company or your time or whatever it is that you can offer to them, because I'm sensing that there is more to this story than what I'm picking up on. All of you who've got this group, if you want a one-on-one reading, please do contact me, because this seems to be an ultra super complicated relationship, and you may need more specific guidance, because I'm getting weight, I'm getting that you need to keep holding on a little longer. So it's the same thing. It's just telling you to hold on to this vision that you have about this relationship, that you've made plans, you've made future plans with this person, and you are suddenly wondering what is going to happen to all of that planning, right? So they want you to now just focus on someone else apart from you or this person you're with currently. But let's also ask the angels for some guidance to see what they want you to do in this situation. Angels, can we know what group number 3 needs to do in this current situation? Any advice for them? Okay. Friendship and union. So what did I tell you? If you wait a bit longer, I'm sure that this is going to resolve itself, and you are going to find yourself in union with this current partner, and things are just gonna like smooth itself out. But right now the situation has gotten out of hand, but they want you to have some patience and wait and see how this entire thing kind of pans out, because there is definitely union one way or the other. If not union, then you will probably create a beautiful friendship out of this relationship, because there is something about this relationship that is going to probably teach you an important life lesson. That is what I'm getting, and service could be one of the life lessons that you may learn from all of this. I don't know how, because again, these are general readings and I'm not doing a one-on-one reading, but what I'm sensing is that for most of you, you may want to help other people. I don't know, it's just like giving your energy out to somebody. That's the sense I'm getting. Again, group number 3, this is a super complicated reading. So get in touch with me for a one-on-one, and let's figure out what is happening with your situation, all right? So that's all I have for you. If these messages resonated with you, then do leave me a comment below and let me know how it's going. And I'm gonna see you again. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, then you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button along with the bell notification to not miss out on any of my future content. And I'll see you guys again in another video next week. Until then, have a beautiful, wonderful, magical week ahead. My group number 4, all the phoenixes who've chosen this group and are finding themselves in a super sticky situation. Let's see what's happening with your situation. I'm using 5 decks of cards today. We're using the Akashic Tarot, obviously, and the Indian Sacred Tarot, all the major arcana cards there. We're also using the Star Seeds Oracle cards with the Soul's Journey lesson cards and the Angel Guides cards as well. Let's see for group number 4, please. What kind of situation are they currently in this third party situation? Maybe know more about it. So you've got the card Birth, which is a number 4, and I've never pulled this card out before, you know, and it's a very beautiful card, I must say. All right, for some of you who are in this third party situation, I think most of the people who've chosen this group are women, and there could be another woman who is involved in this whole third party. I'm not saying there's a fly flying about, so please excuse me if it features in our video today, but for those of you who picked group number 4, there is another woman involved. It could be same-sex relationships. Again, all of my readings are gender neutral. It's not either one or the other. You need to resonate with whoever I'm talking about. And this one is telling me that the third party is a woman. You know what I mean? So either you're in a relationship where your person of interest has another woman in his life or in her life, or you have another woman in your life who is showing up as the third party, and this woman could, you know, very well be the mother of your children or the mother of their children, because I'm seeing a family here, and I'm seeing that it's making you feel super guilty because you know this, you already have this information, you know them, you've met them, you've kind of interacted with this person, and in spite of that you're still in this third party relationship, and it's making you feel super guilty and you don't really know what to do about it. It's not like you're asking for commitment, you just want to be with this person is what I'm sensing. For some of you though, it's just eating you up on the inside, because in this relationship your person of interest is the one who has kind of instigated this affair in the first place, who is the one, I mean, whoever this person is definitely married or in a seriously committed relationship, and they are the ones who kind of stepped out of their committed relationship or marriage and instigated this affair with you. And you know who their counterpart is, you know who their spouse is. Again, I'm only seeing a woman here, but it could be a man also who's a father to their children. But it's kind of complicated things, because you know them, you like interacted with them, you've met their children, you've been part of their family, and it is making you feel very uneasy every time you have to be in a gathering, in a social gathering where you meet them on a regular basis, and it's just not going well with you, and that is what is interfering. Wow, this is very special for group number 4. It's not a person per se or a situation per se that is interfering with your third party situation right now. It is your mind that is interfering with this whole situation. It is either you are the one who's instigated an affair with someone else while you're married or in a committed relationship with someone else, or your partner is, you know, and they know who they are. Like, it's everyone knows each other in this third party, and it's that guilt is what is eating you up, and it's in your mind, and it is something like, it's, you know, the feeling I'm getting is I don't want to still let them go, even though I'm feeling guilty about it. I don't want to let this person go because I'm having a good time with them. I'm having a fantastic time with them, and they make me feel special, and that is what I need in my life. So why should I let it go? Because they were the ones who, came forward with it in the first place. These are the kind of thoughts that are running through your mind right now. So I want to know what's happening in this situation. So I'm going to pick a card from the Sacred Indian Tarot to find out more about the situation. Wow, we've got the Moon card in the reverse. Moon is about emotions, and you are keeping all of your emotions to yourself, or they are keeping all of their emotions to themselves, because Moon coming up in reverse is telling you that there is a lot going on underneath the surface. There's also the dark side of the Moon, that is whole lot of secrets that are kept from you, emotional secrets probably, but when things are in the dark, when a situation like this comes about where emotions are not being fully expressed, because this is a really caramel pudding kind of a sticky situation, you know what I mean? It's like, everything is sticky. So this is the kind of situation that you have gotten yourself into, and you don't want to get out of it because it's a sweet thing, right? Who doesn't like caramel pudding? But the feelings are not coming out. You are not really expressing yourselves in this relationship. There is no commitment. There is no commitment because this person has not decided to give you any commitment. Either the person you're involved with who's in another relationship, or you yourself who are in another relationship, haven't given commitments to each other, and you're okay with it. You're like, you know what, as long as this lasts, I'm happy. This is a really nice thing for me. The physical intimacy is great, and I really enjoy myself with this person, and so that is where you're at in this situation. But there are a lot of feelings that are hidden, and you have those feelings. You want to bring them out to the surface, but again, on the other hand, you can't, because you already met their spouse and their children and their family, and you feel super guilty about it. That's the kind of situation you're in right now. So let's figure out what the Starseed Oracle cards have for you with terms of any advice, anything that you can do to get yourself out of the situation, or probably better the situation in some way. For group number 4, please. For group number 4, what do they need to know? All right, you've got Star Ancestors. If I'm going to read what's on this card, you're going to be like, okay. It says hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. What did I tell you? With the Moon in the reverse, and now with this card, it's a beautiful card, by the way, which says there are a lot of hidden secrets. You need to look a little deeper to actually see what's going on, because if you were hoping for commitment, if you thought, they're going to come around, they're going to leave their partner, well, it may not actually happen. And that is what this group needs to know, that there are hidden feelings for their partner, or you may have hidden feelings for this person that you are involved with, and they're saying that there's so many hidden secrets between the two of you which may come up to the surface and not be all that pleasant, right? So they want you to look a little deeper. They want you to kind of examine this relationship that you're in and try and figure out if this is what you want, if this is what you truly want to be in a situation where you always come second, or you're putting someone else second because you already have a committed relationship by your side, And let's ask the Soul's Journey lesson cards. What is all this? Is there a lesson in all of this? Is there something that perhaps they can give you advice on? I love it when this happens. It says, love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. What did I tell you? So you are beginning to fall in love with this person, and there are feelings that are being hidden. You don't want to bring them out because you know who their counterparts are, and you are finding yourself in this caramel pudding. So when this card comes up, right, love, it's such a beautiful card. I mean, look at it. It's got all of these reds and purples, and I just really love this card. you need to start looking at the love inside of you, the love that you are not giving yourself. I mean, who puts themselves in a situation like this? If you are not loving yourself enough, you are not valuing yourself enough. And when that happens, the other person is picking up on that. And when they pick up on that, they don't value you in return. They just I don't want to say the word use and throw, but you get the drift, right? They're just making use of the situation, taking advantage of you, just kind of leading you on when there's nothing there to be led on to. And love is something that you need to give yourself and value yourself more and choose love for yourself. You need to be in love with yourself. And this is one of the most important lessons that the Soul's Journey lesson cards is throwing up for you today. It just like popped out, like when I was shuffling, it just popped out. So it is a very important message for group number 4. If you are listening to this, please pay attention. You need to fall in love with yourself. You need to be more committed to the practice of loving yourself and seeing the best in yourself and putting yourself in better situations than this. Yeah. So let's pick another card from the angels guides now. Let's ask the angels and guides if they have any final advice for you on this situation that you are in currently and how you may be able to handle it. Oops. All right. Today the cards are all just popping out. You've got earth and ground. Okay. So the feeling I'm getting from this card is that you need to start centering yourself. I feel that in this relationship, you have kind of let go of yourself in a way that your energy seems very chaotic. You are all over the place. You feel flighty. That's the kind of word that they're throwing at me. It's like you're almost in air all of the time. You need to start grounding yourself. You need to start paying attention to you, to your life, to your goals, your dreams, and journaling them. You need to write them down. You need to put it down on paper. You need to ground your energies, because right now you have no aim. You're just like air, you're just floating about. You are just doing your own thing. You're just going with the flow, and it's fine to a certain extent. It's amazing to do that. But when this card shows up, earth and ground, you need to understand it's important to ask the important questions. I'm saying the word too many times, but it is important to ask the important questions in order for you to find out what it is that you truly want to do with your life. Is this the kind of relationship you want to be in where you come second? Is this the kind of situation you want to put yourself in where you are filled with guilt and you just don't know what to do or how to handle the situation anymore? And you have a lot of hidden emotions. There's a lot of hidden information as well that you need to know about this person, which they're not really revealing to you. So it's like they're giving you information in installments, so you really don't know this person. You're just going with the flow of whatever you're feeling temporarily, but there is so much more to this person you don't know anything about, and you need to take that time to kind of really dig deep and find out about this person, and in the process to love and respect yourself a lot more, so that you can grow and become this beautiful person that I can see you becoming. All right. And also to ground yourself, ground your energy, spend more time alone, spend some time in nature, do some journaling, write down your dreams, hopes, desires. Even if you have any worries, write all of them down. Talk to the universe, feel more connected to the world around you, because right now I feel something has happened in your past that you're disassociating yourself from. You are just letting go, and you're like, what, F this. I don't know if YouTube will allow me to put that on, but it's like, I don't care what happens to me. I don't care what happens to my life. I'm just going to go with the flow. I'm just going to just do whatever it is that I want to do. You are in that space right now, but you need to ground your energies. You need to channel that that airiness and kind of ground it into the earth. You need to center yourself. You need to feel like you're connected to your body, that you're connected to your life, and this is your life. You get to choose who you want to be with and how you want to take things forward. Alright, so I hope these messages resonated with you. If they did, do leave me a comment below. If you want a one-on-one session, all of my contact details are in the description box below. And if you haven't subscribed already, hit the subscribe button along with the bell notification to receive all my future content. I'll see you again in another video next week. Until then, have a beautiful, wonderful, magical week ahead.